What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Biker, and this is our broadcast coming to you live from rainy Chongqing, China, baby. It's China, baby. It's Chongqing. We're live. We're alive. I am white Chinese. Unk felled off. GG's. Why? What happened? No streamer awards. Noms. Sag. Yeah, we weren't gonna win anything. Let's be real. No nomination. Who cares? Lol. Yeah, I know. It's funny because it's like, this has been a relatively tumultuous year, but it's also been probably the most effective in my career. I have found myself growing further and further away from the Twitch audience. Or not Twitch audience necessarily, but just like Twitch streaming and the audiences that exist on Twitch. And I feel like I've been the most impactful I've been in my career. The more like mainstream recognition I receive as a, political commentator, the more angry and resentful other political commentary adjacent people get. And the more they fucking do smear campaigns. And the more separated and connected I feel from the Twitch community. No one got nominated who does political content, so it is what it is. Yeah, except XQC, who literally live streamed with the president, with the current president. But I guess he's not considered a political streamer because he's XQC. I don't think AT&T has an issue with XQC in the same way that they have an issue with me. That's just how it is sometimes. Or we've fallen off. I don't know. I mean, it could be that. I think that's probably what it is. Yeah, we've officially fallen off. Bro, Fortnite has a kick skin. We live in hell. Yeah, well, you have to remember. This is something that I've brought up quite a bit, which is you can't really fight money. No way you've fallen off. Chatters, I was joking. I wasn't being serious. At least my goat Connor Eats Pants was nominated. But that shit gets clipped and people take it seriously. Remember that? I know. I don't really care. What am I supposed to do, guys? Yes, I should be able to be sarcastic at 6 a.m. in China without a million autists coming up my asshole and clipping something out of context to post it on Reddit. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, you just have to live with it. Bro, to be real, are you kind of salty you weren't nominated? Nah, I don't really give a shit. I do hate this kind of attitude that people have. I'm at the intersection of Twitch and just normal, normie adjacent political commentary content. And I can tell this is like a person who kind of cares about the news a little bit, but absolutely cares about the drama and wants to be like, oh, I bet you're fucking mad, right? Like, that's a fan, right? This person is straight up a fan. I'm clocking this motherfucker right now, okay? Parasocial, definitely a fan. Been in here for a long ass time, definitely a fan. Specifically wants to know like the parasocial shit. He's just like, aren't you kind of salty though? It's like, no, man, I don't give a shit. This has been the most impactful I've been in my career. In my entire career. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I've always been at the intersection of like normie political commentary, politics, and the news world, and also Twitch and just like regular influencer shit. And as far as the regular influencer shit goes, the more impactful I've become in the normie sphere, in the political arena, the less I am capable of collaborating with all these other content creators because people are constantly up my ass. It is what it is. Yeah, but have you considered you're doing the exact same thing as Tucker Carlson did in Russia? Dude, even, you know what's really funny about that? People being like, oh, Hasan, you're doing Tucker Carlson style propaganda. You know what's funny about that? America doesn't even have sanctions on China in the way that it has on Russia. Like, the American government disagrees with that take. Like, I'm in a country that is the manufacturing hub of the planet, a country that is responsible for 30% of all goods coming into the United States of America. So when people try to do this comparison, when they're like, well, spot the difference, you can't. We're here to interview the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and then it's just me taking a photo in Shanghai on a boat. Like, yeah, I'm not here to interview Xi Jinping, which, by the way, would have been amazing. I mean, but that's just never going to happen. Let's be real. Like Tucker's journey to Moscow is a trip designed for the core purpose of rehabilitating an authoritarian regime in the eyes of the American public. No difference. Yeah, I think when guys like this do stuff like this, they basically give the game away when they're just saying like, oh, I don't like that I'm watching you in China and it makes me reconsider what I previously thought China was like. Like, I'm spending a lot of money out of my own pocket. We are spending a fuck ton of money out of our pockets to be here, okay? This is the most expensive trip that Fear End has ever done by far. It's a more expensive trip than Japan even. And a big part of that is because like we wanted to make sure that we had like a lot of fucking content. Like even if you were to consider this propaganda, like Tucker Carlson went to Russia to be like, it's awesome that they invaded Ukraine. I went to China and I was like, I really like high-speed rail, and I think America should also build it and infrastructure as well, considering we are the richest nation on the planet. Like, these things are not even remotely comparable. What the fuck? These people are just on maximalist copium, and I'm not even here to do, like, government propaganda anyway. This guy said F-word maxing, apparently, and got 118,000. What he doesn't know is that I fucked his dad. Yeah. In the butt, and then I fucked his mom. You would think the Chinese government would grant you an interview knowing your political stance towards the U.S.? What? No. Guys, you need to understand something. I'm a Twitch streamer. Like, sometimes you guys, sure, I have a little bit of emotion in the United States of America, but like, that's the fucking leader of the People's Republic of China. They're not the United States of America, chatter. They're not Trump. That's not how that works. You know what I mean? That's not how that works at all. Your haters are trapping themselves with a little red book clip. This is horrifying and evil. Imagine reacting like this to receiving a first edition of Mein Kampf. The anti-reactionary spiritual self-help, how to fight your oppressor's book is the same as Mein Kampf. An incoherent, badly written effort post on why Jewish people is to blame on anything and everything. Smartest American flag user. Yeah, one of the funniest things about people freaking out about the little red book thing and comparing it to Mein Kampf is that it just immediately shows that Americans do not know how to read, are inherently reactionary, inherently anti-intellectual. Remember, Mark Milley said he read Mao Zedong, and everybody yelled at him. American General Mark Milley was like, of course I read Mao Zedong. You have to read. I'm a general. Our soldiers also have to read. And Americans reacted to that by saying he was woke and a homosexual. They said he was Marx Milley, the woke septum piercing having purple-haired general. We are run by fucking baboons, okay? America is a country entirely comprised of cackling hyenas and absolute donkeys. And at a certain point, we're gonna need to fix it, okay? We're gonna need to start reading again. We're gonna need to start pumping unimaginable amounts of funds into education initiatives. We have become a backwards state. We're backwards. We're not even intellectually curious. We have no vision for a better future. We are absolutely stuck. Yeah, Mao was one of the most accomplished generals of the 20th century. Yes, definitely. As far as guerrilla warfare tactics and whatnot, we are intellectually lazy, not just incurious, oversimplifying and reducing everything to false equivalencies. No, it's that, but it's also, it makes me so sad because I love America. I'm not a very patriotic person, but I love Americans and I love the promise of America. I love the potential of America. It's the wealthiest nation on the planet. There are so many people that want to do better for one another. And we're just constantly stuck in this never-ending spiral of death and destruction. People say, I love China, Hassan loves China. Motherfucker, I'm one of the only goddamn content creators out here that actually makes his merchandise in the United States of America with union hands. How many fucking right-wing Republicans, how many fucking liberals you know that actually make their own merchandise in China because it's much cheaper and they can make a way higher profit margin as opposed to your boy? I think it's a sign that you are maybe not the most intelligent person if you are constantly shutting off alternative visions like this. And you can basically live your life with your eyes closed, with your ears plugged, assuming that, every other country out there that have been declared foreign adversaries of the United States of America are some of the most evil countries on the planet. Don't be fooled. Hasan Abi keeps repeating this talking point so he can sell it for ludicrous prices. He is a capitalist through and through. Yeah, thank you, Top G. I think you're a little bit jealous that I did actually finally come to China and I've been enjoying it. You want to ironically give the U.S. positive PR by doing stuff like going to China? I don't think a lot of Americans are aware of how much the U.S. is despised around the world. Listen, for everything I know about how nations have failed historically, increased militarism and withdrawing themselves from normal diplomatic processes around the world, and basically just moving in the direction against education, moving in the direction against growth, and constantly seeking out territorial acquisition. Like this is how empires fall historically. And that's where we're at in America. It just makes me sad. Twitter are mostly bots, don't get gaslighted. No, I mean, I'm just talking in general. Like there are a lot of people who I wish I could speak to. There are a lot of people who I wish I could help understand that there is an entire world out there. There are different modes of existence, different cultures, different people. And even if you aren't capable financially of going out and seeing it on your own, you can at least try to be open-minded, you know?